It's September. It's actually not, but it will be soon. We are once again doing the TBR Jar picks, my reads for the month. I am very, very excited. I have some interesting content planned out for the month, and you will see why later on in the month, but it's a bit of a insane time at the moment, shall I say. I am moving countries, and I'm not going to tell you any more than that. This month is going to be insane, but the content I have planned out, I think we should have some fun reading to do. So I'm hoping we get some good books, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I think we're just going to jump right on into it, because I feel like that intro was a mess and I can't be bothered to salvage it. So let's just go straight in and pick prompt number 1. What have we got? It's a long one. Okay, well, this is a forfeit, but it doesn't work. We can't do it now. It says, take the book you are most looking forward to off the TBR, and it cannot be re-added later. But I can't do that because it's the first pick. I'm going to have to put it back in the jar. Sorry. That would have been a good forfeit, but, well, a bad forfeit, I guess. Okay, let's repick. Prompt number 1. I forgot that there were forfeits in here, you know. Prompt number 1 is a book with, a book with a colour in the title. I don't even know if I own any. Might need Goodreads for this. I feel like black and white are our best bets. Black, I have nothing. White? Oh, I have red, white and more. Struggle with that. Red, white and royal blue. I also have Red Rising. That's just made me think of that. Red Queen. I also have Golden Sun, but that's the second book, so I can't do that. Green, nothing. Blue. Red, white and royal. Why can I not say that? Royal blue. So I feel like these are the 2 options. Very different. We have red. Why can I not say it? Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston and Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Although I will say, I am so excited to read this, but I am in the biggest romance slump of my life. Like, I do not want to pick up romance. So I'm not gonna lie, I might have to go with Red Rising. Even though I've literally been saying for months how much I want to read this, and I do want to read it, but I don't want to read it when I know that I am actively not in the mood to read romance at the moment. So maybe we'll go Red Rising. Okay, we're gonna go for this. I'm not gonna bore you with me attempting to figure out the plot, because I've read it like 17 times, the blurb, and I don't understand it, which doesn't bode well, but I know people are really enjoying this, so I think this will be a fun one, and we'll go with this. Okay, prompt number 2. Let's go for... Oh, I dropped one on the floor. Let's go for this one. How have I done this? It's the exact same prompt as last time. Take the book you're most looking forward off your TBR. Well, I only have one book on the TBR. Guys, this is going awfully. So I have to take Red Rising off the TBR immediately. Amazing. Right, so we're just starting again. We just no longer have any books on the TBR. What a chaotic start. Okay, let's go with that one that's just like perched on the end. What does this say? A 5-star author. This is so chaotic. What does that mean? An author who I've rated 5 stars before? Literally just written the words a 5-star author. I don't know if that means prediction or an author I've given a book 5 stars to before, but I'm going to go with, well, I guess either works. And I actually do know what I'm going to pick, because I wanted it on the TBR so badly last month. I am going to go for Penance by Eliza Clark. This is both a 5-star prediction and an author I've given 5 stars to before. She, I believe, only has one other book, which was Boy Parts, which was my favourite book of last year. And I could not be more excited. This is basically a true crime case, except it's not a true crime case. It's a pretend true crime case. It follows a journalist who's following a pretend, well, it's real in the book, but it's pretend in reality. I don't know. I'm excited though. Sorry, this is actually the most chaotic start to a TBR video ever. I have been filming for 10.5 minutes. This is the first book on the TBR. All right, book number 2. Let's go. Let's go for this one. This says, ooh, random emoji generator. That's fun. I've never done this one before. So I'm going to put up a random emoji generator, and whatever emoji we get, we're going to pick a book based off that. I feel like you understood that. I didn't need to explain that. Let that focus. Okay, ready? What is it? A camera. Camera. So maybe Boy Parts would be perfect for that. That's about a photographer, but I've already read it. So maybe about someone famous, or we could do Daisy Jones and the Six. That's about someone famous. I can't think of anything else, like anything to do with photography. It's a bit of a stretch, but I want this on the TBR for a video I'm doing. And they are technically both famous, I believe. They're famous authors. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm sorry if it is a little bit of a stretch. This is 7 Days in June by T.R. Williams. It's a lit fic meets romance. It's about two famous authors. They spent a week together when they were younger, and now it's 15 years later, and they're like getting to know each other again. And this is also 5-star prediction. You may be able to guess the video that I have planned. It'll be at some point this month. I'm excited. All right, prompt. How are we only on prompt number 3? I will never know. Okay, prompt number 3. Let's go this one. Book that matches your outfit. Orange. So it's like orange flowers. Okay. I mean, the orange books that I own are these 3. But I've already read that. That would have been perfect though. So we could do The No Show, or we could do Love Theoretically. But I'm really not in a romance mood. We've also got Honey and Spice, or The Soulmate Equation. Also romances. Why are all orange books romances? That's orange. Oh, I've already read that. I'm being silly. Or what about just florals? Like that's not going to be a romance. Oh gosh, it's going to have to be a romance, isn't it? Oh. Okay. Okay, we'll go with this. No, I've already read that as well. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I am in a massive romance slump, so this does make me a bit nervous, but we have a whole month. We have a whole entire month, so I could get over that slump. So it might actually be nice to have an option on there. And I know everyone loves Ali Hazelwood, and I've never read an Ali Hazelwood book, so this could be cute. And also, this like actually matches perfectly. Okay, prompt number 4 is, what have we got? Negative words in the title. Negative words like bad or not good. I do have an A-level in English. Lose, that's a bad word. Negative, you're losing. Is that a stretch? I don't know. Misery, that's a negative word, misery. Okay, I've given up looking. So these are the 2 I have. But I feel like I cannot put misery on another TBR and not read it. So if I put this on the TBR, it like basically has to be read. It's basically required reading at that point. I also really want to get to this, and it's very short. I think we're gonna go for misery. It's been on at least a couple TBRs this year, but also every time I put this on TBR and I don't read it, my mum sends me angry messages. She really wants me to read this. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. And it definitely fits the prompt. This basically follows an author who gets kidnapped because it's like a fan and she wants him to continue a series, I think. All right, it is prompt number 5. Let's go for this one. This says, oh gosh, a book with a 6-word title. A Court of Mist and Fury. Yep, that definitely fits. Year of Rest and Relaxation. Anything else? She says knowing full well she's going to pick my Year of Rest and Relaxation. So excited. This is probably the most recent book that I've bought. Could not be more excited for this. This follows, no, I've said this like 17,000 times and I now don't know if it's true because it's not on the blurb. I believe this follows a woman who has depression and she decides to stay in bed for an entire year. But it doesn't say that on the blurb, which makes me think I've made it up. It's literary fiction. I've heard it described as weird, messy literary fiction, which is literally my jam. I'm gonna read this. I normally do 8, but I'm tempted to do 7 this month. But we'll see, it depends what we get. But we have, I don't even know how many more. The next prompt is a book that's never been on a monthly TBR before. Oh, I tell you what we could do actually, because I've quite recently acquired it. We could do Stand Up Guy by Nina Kaye. Although it is a romance and I literally just said I don't want a romance. But actually no, I do want to read this month and you will know why soon. It basically follows a couple and I think one of them is a stand-up and it's set at the Edinburgh Festival, which is like a big theatre festival in Scotland if anyone's not heard of it, but it's a very famous festival. And I'm really excited for this. I've not had anyone review it, but it's a very cute cover. The camera just died, so if the angle's changed, sorry, but we have one more prompt to pick, so whatever we're about to pick, this is going to be the last book. So let's hope it's a good one. Let's go. Oh, it's a tiny one. What does it say? A non-fiction. Do I even have any non-fiction? Okay, I bring you 4 options. I think these are the only 4 non-fiction books that I own. So we have The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Word That I Can't Say on YouTube Because I'll Get Demonetized by Mark Manson. The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama, and I think also Howard C. Cutler. A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston, and The Prison Doctor by Dr. Amanda Brown. I'm pretty sure I have started every single one of these, and I just don't read non-fiction, so I haven't finished any of them. But none of them have bookmarks in, so I'm definitely going to have to start from the beginning. What should I go for? Maybe I'll go for A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston. I feel like that could be fun. I think it's a sort of autobiography, but I think it talks about all the different roles that he's played throughout his career. Okay, well that's probably quite a nice, like, different option to have. And it's been so long since I've read a non-fiction. I mean, technically I read Daniel Sloss's book a couple months back, which is non-fiction as well, so actually I guess. And I read Creativity. I guess I have read some non-fiction this year, but Creativity took me an hour to read. Anyway, I'm rambling. We're gonna add this to the TBR. Right, there you have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books on the TBR. So, should we summarise? We have 2 literary fiction, My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Moshfegh and 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. Despite all of my protests, we have 2 romance books, don't know how that happened. We have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood and Stand Up Guide by Nina Kaye. We have 2 thriller mysteries. We have Misery by Stephen King and Penance by Eliza. And we have a non-fiction. We have A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston. So actually, a pretty nice mix. So I'm pretty happy with that TBR. One less than usual because of all the craziness that is going on. I know I keep like weirdly alluding to it throughout this video. I promise in a couple of videos time that will all make sense, and why I'm being so chaotic will also make sense. Maybe. So stick around and subscribe if you want to see all of that madness that is coming up in the next month. I promise I will explain it more coherently than I have today. Also stick around for the month if you want to see me read these books. And I will say there are some books in here that I am very excited for. And hopefully I get out of my romance slump, because I'm like, I don't know what it is. I've picked up a couple recently and I've been like, no, absolutely not. I'm not reading that. I'm just not in the mood. I don't know what's happened. Anyway, point being, these are the books. You should subscribe. Love you lots. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later. Bye!